Wow. Hello, everybody. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Show, and I have just witnessed Leeds United 5, Stoke City 0. We had one comment in the pre-game stream saying Leeds for a big statement, huge win, and by God did they get it. Leeds, particularly in the second half, absolutely outstanding, racking 4 goals, a couple of other big chances as well. Genuinely, Leeds could have scored 6 or 7 today, and they moved themselves closer to the Premier League. There we are at the top, nice and helpful for the goal difference today for Leeds. 81 points now. The 6-point gap over Brentford is opened up. Once more, remember, Brentford can only score 87 points now with their 4 games remaining. So Leeds really closing in. And as I said, particularly in that second half today, outstanding. A few echoes of the game I was at, in fact, at Hull before the lockdown, where just put the pedal down in the second half, and absolutely superb performance from Bielsa's Leeds. Incredible stuff. Get your comments in on what you thought, what that now means for the title race from Leeds' perspective. Remember, there were 2 teams involved in this game, and it's not been a very good day for Stoke. Obviously, going down 5-0, very erratic on the form now. 3-0 defeat, 4-0 win, 5-0 defeat. There they are in 21st. Remember, you can put Wigan down into 23rd on 41 points. But let's go through the action in this incredible win for Leeds. And keep your comments coming. I will get to them after we've gone through the nuts and bolts here. First half, completely different story to the second half. Not to say Stoke were a danger to Leeds, but they kept them at arm's length. They had a decent team shape and setup. They did survive a couple of big scares, but really could have gone in at half-time 0-0 and this be completely different. But 2 big moments, one just before half-time and one just after. But first off, chance for Stoke actually on 3 minutes. Ben White gets caught in possession, then makes the foul on Powell, free kick into the wall there. Things could have been oh so different then. And then just around the 20-minute mark, first on 19, Roberts slides it inside for Klitsch. He's in the box, opens up his body, goes for the right foot into the far corner. It's on target, and it's Bruno Martins Indy gets himself in the way of that one. And then this incredible double chance where I'm sure anybody who's watched Leeds over the past 2 seasons particularly would have been thinking, oh, is it going to be one of those days? Pat Bamford, brilliant, bustles his way through, dinks it over Butland. There's McLean. You can see him getting back there. He's going to clear that off the line. But then Tyler Roberts, incredibly not managing to score from that position inside the 6-yard box with no goalie in the way. Danny Bart makes the clearance, and it could and probably should have been 0-0 at half-time. Stoke calming things down, but just a crazy tackle on 43 by Tommy Smith. I've got the still now. It's good work from Costa initially to get around, but what that picture there doesn't show you is he's going away from goal, and Stoke have got many bodies back. Smith throws himself in. Crazy tackle. You can see bang to rights there. Costa just nicks the ball ahead, and Smith completely takes him out, and that really changes the game from Stoke's point of view. They were in it, but they really didn't want to be chasing. They wanted to be 0-0 to then try and get a set play or something the other end. But yeah, bad call from Tommy Smith there. There is Matt Klitsch. You can see the ball just crossing the line there. Butland diving the other way, and Leeds go in 1-0 at half-time. Bielsa, obviously being Bielsa, was not happy with this. He could sense that Stoke were folding back and allowing possession and all of those things. So here comes the substitution. Hernandez for Roberts. Roberts is a runner who'll get behind teams that may come out, whereas Hernandez can pick the pass and play a bit deeper. Bielsa knew if he brought Hernandez on, there would be so much space. If there's a line of 5 and 2 deep line midfielders and then not a lot else, that's a lot of room for Hernandez to just drop into and find those pockets. So again, he did it in the Fulham game. Really good call by Bielsa. Almost like this guy knows what he's doing, isn't it? James Chester comes in for Collins. And I guess the idea now for Stoke, sit back in there, see if you can get to 70 minutes, and then maybe try and nick a goal in the last 20 if you keep it at 1-0. However, on 46 minutes, Leeds scoring in key moments today, one just before half-time and this one just after half-time. It's Helder Costa who's going to get the goal there. If you look, 15 there is Stuart Dallas. He's just come in from left back. He's played a 1-2 with Pablo Hernandez. So, interestingly, Pablo Hernandez, a key pass with his first touch is quite Pablo, isn't it? Lovely ball from Dallas. He's going to play it into that huge gaping hole in behind. And Chester does not know where Costa is on his shoulder. In he runs behind. He's got so much time and space. He turns his body, as you can see there, towards the goal and just pokes it left-footed into the corner. And I wrote down on my notes on 46 minutes, game over. The only chance Stoke would have had at this point now would have been sit in, frustrate, draw Leeds on because they just attack. And then can you get the equaliser on the break? 2-0, not possible. And the Stokes players' heads noticeably, drop at this point. And you can see this was only going to go one way from here on. And it's a bit of a procession. Leeds now going to be outstanding for the next team. So, yellow for Dallas on McLean. And then crossbar for Leeds, crossed into the box. Bart, poor header. Klitsch onto it, as always. Good number 8 runner, always getting up into the box when the ball's going across in the air. He hits the shot. He's unlucky because the shot's blocked. It falls to Bamford. In deference to Bamford, I know I have a reputation as a Bamford apologist. It does bounce up and not come down from. He swipes at the volley, but he's only 6 yards out. Smacks it against the crossbar there. If we're counting these up, that should be 4-0 given the chances in the first half as well. Stoke defending starting to get really raggedy now. It seems like every attack Leeds are getting behind, and you can see the Stoke players just want this over with already, and they know they're in for a long half hour. Bamford into the box, works his way round to the right, and this is the most typical 2 minutes of Pat Bamford. You'll see he gets a chance earlier, obviously, on his good foot and hits the bar. Here, he does brilliantly. It's a half chance. He moves his way round on the right foot, really tight angle. It's a really good shot and works the goalkeeper. With a more difficult chance, he does better. With the easier chance, he hits the crossbar. The wonderful world of Patrick Bamford. But on 56, out of nowhere, I had to look twice when I saw the goal scorer for this one. 3-0. And Liam Cooper, the captain, gets the goal. You'd think this would be a header from a set play, but no, this is Bielsa's Leeds, isn't it? And it's a short corner, pass. They're way too deep. There's a huge hole on the side here. Stoke players just getting drawn towards their goal, and there's a huge hole. And unfortunately for Stoke, the guy in the hole is Pablo Hernandez, who, having come on, has already got a key pass. He's now going to get an assist for this one. He moves into the channel. Leeds players always go for the cutback, don't they? People don't seem to be wise to that, even though we know what's going to happen. Hernandez cuts it back. It's a great goal by Cooper. If this was a striker, I'd be saying what a finish. But being it's a defender, I suspect, and I'll give Cooper credit for the goal, I suspect it was just a case of, right, readjust, get my left foot on this and get this on target. What happens is a beautiful body shape and a perfect shot in off the post. I'm sure Cooper would be honest and say he was just trying to hit the target with that. But what transpired was a brilliant finish. So 3-0 to Leeds on 56. And you can see the game now just totally getting away from Stoke. Bielsa with the right call on half-time. Hernandez with that much space, only going to end one way. Nice to see Cooper, the captain, get the goal as well. Martin's in the yellow card on Costa. It's getting nasty, isn't it? Hernandez through to Dallas now. He's in on the right-hand side of the box. He hits the shot. It's a good effort, good save by Butland. But here comes Klitsch, surely just to tap it into the net. I don't know what he's trying to smash it up into the roof of the net or something. Horrible miss by Klitsch. And if you now count Bamford hitting the bar, Klitsch missing this one, and the double chance with Bamford and Roberts in the first half, it really should be 6-0 at this point at 60-minute goal every 10 minutes. I mean, Jesus, just horrible viewing if you're a Stoke fan for this one. Now, Juve and Gregory for Campbell and Vokes. I guess Michael O'Neill saying, look, let's just put some fresh legs on up front. Just boot the ball up to them and keep everything safe at the back and play out this last 30 minutes before it gets worse. Here comes Harrison. Big break by him. Powers all the way up to the left-hand side of the box. Good save this by Butland. Don't know whether it deflects because he seems to be going the wrong way and flips his leg up. But strangely, I know I've been critical of him this season. Butland had a reasonably good game today, despite being on the end of a 5-0. Douglas in for Dallas. Dallas reliable as ever. Sørensen in for Powell. And on 71, sorry, I didn't give you the still. There is Cooper's finish from there, firing through the gaps. On 71, brilliant goal from Leeds. Just absolutely brilliant. In fact, I'm going to drink to this goal. And drink to Pablo Hernandez as well, I think, because us Championship fans are not going to get to see him for much longer. And he has been an absolute delight, let's just say. We were spoiled rotten last year with Grealish, Hernandez and Buendia. And Hernandez, what is he, 35? Just taking the mickey, frankly. Slid down the right channel. Here comes Costa, who had a good game. Who didn't in that Leeds attacking second half? He comes forward, makes himself a yard, puts it across the box. Brilliant from Bamford. He runs, he steps over the ball. He knows exactly, he's got the picture. He knows exactly where Hernandez is. And it's just perfect, isn't it? There it is. Hernandez receiving the ball. Good players make good shapes. Look at that body shape. Sorry for the dodgy picture. And he's just going to stroke that. And look at Butland. Not that big a gap, but he's going to curl it, shape it outside the post. It's going to come back in. But he hits it first time with such technique and quality. And it flies in the corner. Just superb. Absolutely superb. I remember sitting in the Hull stand watching Leeds and Tyler Roberts scoring that goal for 4-0 when they're just picking teams off and just sitting there and going, look, that is brilliant. And this was just laughably good from Hernandez, who comes on at half-time. Key pass for the first goal. The second goal in this game. Assist for the third goal and scores the fourth goal. So quite the impact from Mr. Hernandez, but Bielsa knew where that space was. Whole slew of substitutions as we're going in 4-0 coming up to 90 minutes. But the coup de grace is obviously a Pat Bamford goal at the end. It's a great goal as well. Ayling, I think it's Hernandez who lays it off to Ayling as well with one of those languid Mickey-taking Pirlo type passes. Ayling, I'll give Ayling credit. It's a good ball, but he's just trying to set Bamford away with a diagonal, and Bamford's got no support. And you can almost see what happens in Bamford's mind as he goes through. He's like, I've got no support. And he thinks twice about it. He thinks, I'm going to hit this then. And he adjusts himself. Not quite the goal, but a touch of the Michael Owens in the FA Cup final against Arsenal, where he's just up on his own. He's got to go across the keeper. What a finish by Bamford. On the half volley, again, way more difficult than the one that hit the bar. Puts it across Butland, right in off that far post. Superb goal again. Leeds just excellent in the second half. Brilliant stuff. 5-0 to Leeds. Leeds fans in the chat before the game, all so nervous about this one, but really, really top performance. Not good for Stoke at all, obviously, but Leeds, excellent. Let's pick up the stats, and I can see 95 comments have come in, so we will try and make our way through them before the Bielsa documentary starts at 7:30 and all you Leeds fans disappear. There it is, 19 shots to 5. God, 11 on target, 6 big chances. So when I'm talking about it being 6-7-0, Leeds didn't even take all of their big chances today. 5-3-5 passes to 1-5-1, 91 attacking third passes, 13 take-ons to 21 in Stoke's favour there, 16 crosses to 10, 28 tackles there for Leeds, 17 interceptions, as you'd imagine, Stoke 11 to 8, fouls 8 apiece. Brilliant performance by Leeds, and there they are, top of the league, 81 points. Brentford with the brilliant 6-game winning streak. Brentford, even Leeds fans would admit, are on fine form, but It's straight victories now. I think that's 10 points in 4 for Leeds and 9 points in 3 for West Brom. And you ain't going to keep up with that given the gap there. It's just games are ticking away. And however brilliant Brentford are, they could even do the 10 in a row and still have to go to the playoffs. Look at the goal difference as well. Leeds have now ahead of West Brom on goal difference. So in the title picture, that might be something nice for Leeds fans to look at as well. The way I'm looking at this now is if Leeds win the next 2 games, Brentford have to be perfect to even draw level with them. So basically, Leeds are 7 points away from guaranteed promotion. But really, across those 4 games, do they really need 7? Probably 5 or 6 points. And assuming Brentford don't do the perfect 10, they might, and still have to contend with the playoffs. Outstanding performance from Leeds. Brilliant stuff. Let's have a quick look at Stoke, and then I'll get to your comments, of which there are now over 100. So thank you. By the way, really quickly, if you're watching now, please hit the like button wherever you are watching. Draw more people to this stream. Stoke, remember, dropped Wigan from 15th with their 12-point imminent deduction down to 23rd. They'll be ahead of Luton on the goal difference. So Stoke would be, it'd be Barnsley who'd be 3rd bottom. Stoke 4 points clear. But remember, big game at the weekend, Stoke v Birmingham. They're still in trouble. And I know Leeds were outstanding today, but if Stoke's heads drop the way they did, my goodness me, they're going to be in for a tough one. Right. Lewis. Thank you, Lewis, for a £2 super chat there. And we know the rules there. I'm obviously going to have a drink to that. And we have got a slew of comments to get through. I'm just scrolling to the top of them. Thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up button whilst it's still scrolling. My God, you've been on fire. Anthony says, how good was that? It was outstanding. Lewis says, 4-0 prediction was close. Statement inbound. There we go. David says, Leeds a bit lucky, but luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And yeah, Stoke at fault for the first 2 goals, but yeah, Leeds outstanding. In the end, Peter says, Leeds are falling apart. Again, take a bow, Mr. Hernandez. Yeah, brilliant in the second half. Brilliant. And again, well done to Bielsa. He knows if there's a flat back 5 and 2 deep line midfielders and he plays Pablo as an orthodox central midfielder, he is going to have more space than he knows what to do with. Ginacito, love the league table. I bet you do. Why were you so nervous? There you go. Wow, just wow, says Jay. Yeah, outstanding. Sam, Prem ain't ready. Maybe they are. You know, you won't see too many collapses like that maybe in the Premier League, but not taking anything away from Leeds. Brilliant, brilliant. Leeds, says Ken. Magical performance, says Pasta. Particularly the 3rd, 4th and 5th goals as well. Can we just get your comments in? Bamford was excellent today, and Leeds fans are all over him when he plays badly. But yes, he hit the bar and Dink was safe, but the goal was excellent and the step over as well. And that burst through a couple of times. I thought he played really well, and he should get credit when he plays well because he gets enough criticism when he doesn't. Eli's very fearful for next Thursday. Hey, they might be promoted by then. So 7 points is the magic number. Leeds also helping the Borough out. Pretty poor from Leeds. That should have got goal difference up another 5, says S. Levitt. It should have been 8. Yes, that's not hyperbole, is it? Definitely that one on 21 minutes should have been a goal. Bamford hit the bar. And the chances that Klitsch and Roberts missed were so easy that 7 for sure. But yes, great second half performance. And yeah, Hernandez, just the type of player that you pay to turn up to watch, isn't he? Brilliant, brilliant player. Football's coming home, says Mally. There you go. Is it even a Leeds game when it's so easy, says Big Badger. Like a cat playing with a mouse. In the end, it was. And do you know the stupid thing with this game that we're all going to say Leeds were outstanding? Stoke should have been 0-0 at half-time. They played the first half quite well, but just as soon as that house of cards folded and the game plan went, just Leeds knocked them for dead, didn't they? Brentford dropped any points and it's over. Right, I'm going to be getting drunk very quickly, aren't I? Because Ken, thank you, sir. £3 super chat. Jonathan, £2 super chat. Jonathan says, thought we was meant to bottle it. No, not happening today. Did Meslier make a save? Has Meslier actually made a save in his entire Leeds career? Yeah, I don't think he's needed to. Couple of good things that Meslier did for his confidence, where he went into the crowd and punched it away, and this excellent bit of sprinting when he headed out and prevented a corner on another occasion. Craig says Leeds brilliant, but just imagine if Stoke went down. Absolutely. Anthony says penalty changed the game. Boy, did it. And one before full time, one after half time. Michael, who I think is a subscriber on Patreon, Michael, so thank you for that. He says, great win. Let's keep it going. Obviously, a few super chats already, but let's just pop the ticker up there as well. You can super chat and donate to the channel. If not, hit that thumbs up button. If you really want to support, subscribe on Patreon. Leeds. Will, says, crikey, lots of Leeds fans. They're very happy, aren't they? James, how was it only 5-0? 7-0 would have been correct score. Yeah, we've said genuinely 7 or 8 would have been, based on the big chances, would have been a fair reflection of that one. Stoke had 0 shots on target. Not good for Stoke. Kieran says Leeds. Tony says that was an outstanding team performance. It was. There we go. Some credit for Bamford there. He says he worked so hard, but the bit in the first half when he played the give and go for the chance on 21, his acceleration was superb. I know I'm a fan and I'm an apologist, but he's a good player, that guy. Honestly, I think he just gets the short end of Bielsa's system sometimes. Pablo was epic in the second half, yeah. Just outstanding, wasn't he? Sarvasha says, all of us Leeds fans in Oz are not going to get any sleep. Yeah, it must be coming up for 2-3 a.m. in Oz. Radaby says, as good as Leeds were, Stoke were disgusting in the second half. Their heads dropped, didn't they? Did you see James Chester's face? James Chester is a good player. Villa missed him last season through injury, and yeah, he looked like he'd seen an absolute ghost, didn't he? 200 viewers currently watching this broadcast. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Please hit that like button and draw more people. I'm not sure why no one has made the comparison between Pablo and Strachan. All his pace is made from his football brain. Everybody says that the first few yards are in the head. Zayon Sweat says, even when we go up, I'll still follow you. Plans are afoot, Leeds fans, for a championship alumni show next season featuring the 3 promoted. Will hopefully be, I'd like to look at Sheffield United still as well, because they're great, aren't they? Baggies forever. Feel bad for Brentford. They keep winning, but they aren't getting any closer. Yes, if the season had started 6 games ago, Brentford would be there, wouldn't they? And there is an argument to say that Brentford, if they clicked and had Janssen all season fit and all of the ifs, buts and maybes, they would be up there. But it's the 46 games, isn't it? And looks like now, given these past games for Leeds and West Brom, that they might have just left it too late. Looks like Bamford's hitting the goal-scoring form at just the right time. Still a mystery why Swansea let Pablo go when we got him. He was playing in Qatar. Was he indeed? I didn't know that. Harry's happy. Can't read that, I'm afraid. Ken says, if Leeds go up, I'll still come back. This channel has been amazing. Thank you, Ken. And as I said, the plan, championship alumni. There we go. Evening, Ben. Hope Villa and Norwich come down for you next season. I mean, you'll be losing Leeds West Brom on Wednesday. That's naughty, naughty. There we go. Someone stole the bus, says Babs. In the second half, I think Leeds got a sledgehammer out and just smashed the bus up, didn't they? There we go. Robert, well done, Leeds. Never thought I'd say that, but they deserved it. Oh, I like that. Pablo Magician. Yeah, indeed. Absolutely, indeed. Just unreal football. 10 XG, 20 XG record. Let's see what it was. I reckon it'll be above 4 for sure, given all the big chances. The fact that there was a penalty 0.7. You've got my nerd radar going off. 3.88 on the XG there. So decent, but yes, it could have been 8-0, couldn't it? Rob, Wonderful. 78 Hong Kong dollars. Thank you, sir. I'll drink to that. Thank you, Rob, for the super chat there, sir. Nick says Leeds have 1 foot in the Prem. Absolutely, they do. The Waffler, Leeds v Stoke was Bielsa's first game, and Stoke were thought to be the better team. Absolutely, I remember that. Rowett was manager. He just dropped a load of money, and yeah, our first sign of Bielsa ball. I remember it well. Pablo equals Strachan. Another one agrees there. This is why Pablo is my display picture. There we go. A lot of love for Mr. Hernandez. Leeds are falling apart again, says Joe. Mally says Robert's unlucky not to get a brace. Butland was Stoke's best player. What else was there for Stoke apart from, I suppose McLean did a lot of running, didn't he? But on Roberts, he really has to score that first one, though. Just stick it in the corner, doesn't he? Bielsa's first game v Stoke, 2018. Klitsch, Pablo and Cooper scored today. Oh, they scored in that game as well, didn't they? Oh, nice one. Good stat. T. Koff Iv says, great finish by Cotter. I thought he was going to bottle that. I thought he maybe wondered whether he was offside. But, yeah, he got it in there, didn't he? Sky were playing. Leeds were falling apart noises. Yes, they were. Mike, you're a gentleman. What is ZAR? Is that South African Rand? We'll drink to that super chat. And can I just say how very humbling it is? I'm sat here in Bedfordshire following British football, and we've got, let me know where you're watching from, but we've got people all around the world watching this feed, and I'm so humbled that you care what we've got to say here and that we've built up such a good following on the channel. 2:10 a.m. I think is that Australia? Badger there. Seymour says, I agree with Baggies forever. Brentford just pushing too late, playing great football and picking teams off. But the gap remains stubbornly sizable with games running out. That's the thing, isn't it? 7 more points to end a 16-year wait. The Ayling pass to Bamford reminded me of the Howson pass to Beckford. I remember that. I think Beckford was on the Sky coverage. In fact, I met Beckford at Brentford in what's turned out to be a very important game for Leeds now. Cast your minds back. I was at this game. Leeds not in good form. They go to Brentford and they get a 1-1 draw. Casilla makes a horrible mistake, but they battle back. And from then onwards, it's been fine. That was the turning point, that Brentford game. And me meeting Jermaine Beckford before the game. Lewis, thank you. I think we've already drunk to you, but in case we haven't, let's have another swig. Thank you for all the super chats here. Outstanding stuff. Sorry, I've done the thing where I scroll down way too far. Crikey, excuse me. God, there's so many comments, guys. Thank you so much, and so many super chats. Please hit that like button. Oh my God, sorry, there's just hundreds and hundreds of comments, and I don't want to miss any super chats here. Record numbers here as well in the feed. Right, please stay, get me your shout outs. Methinks Mr. Bloom is a Leeds fan. I've been accused of that many times. Keep up the good work. I'm not a Leeds fan. As you can see, I am a long-suffering Ipswich Town fan, but I am a football fan. And the first couple of times I saw Bielsa's team, I wasn't a convert, but everyone will know who's followed my channel for a while. Aston Villa versus Leeds, 3-2, Leeds 2-0 down. Hernandez, ridiculous, Ruth last-minute goal. I was converted from then, and I've loved watching them ever since. Chris, not the only one in Perth, Australia, watching. Callery White, class today, statement performance. Where are you, Paul? Callery, Canada, 12:10. Been on the beer room. Oh, only 12:10 in the afternoon. Will Leeds finally get promoted? Yes, it's done, isn't it? What's the lowest position to qualify for Europe in the Prem, says David. They're all getting carried away. Pablo's movement for the Cooper goal was world class, yeah. He's a cheat code in this division, isn't he, Pablo? Just such a classy player indeed. Richard says, just finished watching an excellent Leeds performance. 1:15 in Thailand, but won't be sleeping yet. They're all buzzing, aren't they? With that, you stay Stoke on Sunday, but as a Birmingham fan, I'm concerned. I'd be concerned too. Yeah, 3 lost, 2 drawn since restart, plus no manager as well. More credit for Bamford there. He's been amazing since lockdown. Just that dodgy moment getting in the way of Harrison's shot at Cardiff. Liam, cheers to Lord Bamford. of Bamfordshire, says Liam. Pat Bamford, flying the flag for middle-class footballers. Sorry, I'm having that eye streaming thing today. I'm not drunk, honestly. Everyone accuses me of being drunk when my eye streams like that, but there we go. Wigan are playing through the bottom 5 in the last 5 games. Paddy loves playing in front of the crowdies. Yes, he does. Leeds could have had 8. Yes, we all agree, don't they? Michael, a £5 super chat. This is getting... Cheers to everyone. I must tell you a story. I was once playing a gig on St. Paddy's Day, in fact, in terms of Pat Bamford. And the whole band got bought shots and I wasn't driving. And I remember doing all 4 of the shots. So then what's the next thing that happens? It was in Chelmsford. Here comes a tray of shots and I'm getting big cheers from all the audience as I down each one. And yeah, that was a messy night. Yes, I might get drunk on super chats. Absolutely. Leeds have been looking good last couple of games, confident and focused. 10 points from the last 4, isn't it, for Leeds? They don't need anything near that now to get up. 7 points guaranteed, even if Brentford are perfect for the end of the season. But 6 would only be 1.5 points per game, which is literally upper mid-table form. Aaron is here. He says their defence collapsed when Chester came on. Nightmare sub. Yeah, that might be cause and effect, mightn't it? I mean, it did happen. What Aaron says is a fact. But I think all the heads dropped when that second goal went in. They'd probably been told what the plan was at half-time. And then just within seconds, oh dear, we've messed the manager's plan up. The fact we signed Hernandez on a free transfer, always the most satisfying ones, aren't they? Indeed. Leeds helping the Borough out a little. Yeah, dragging Stoke down. Yes, Duncan's right. Should be drinking a nice Argentinian red to celebrate Bielsa. Yeah, it's not Argentinian, I'm afraid. Maybe we should do that. Argentinian steak and Argentinian red when Leeds get promoted. Bamford super today, Ben. Paddy made that Pablo goal. Just remember, and I know I'm a Bamford fan, but remember when Dwight York and Andy Cole used to do that move? The goalkeeper, the pundits used to be dribbling over it with excitement, didn't they? It was a superb assist as well. Chris, outstanding in Australia, 10 Australian dollars. I'll drink to that. Thank you, sir. H. Huss says, Ben, please do YouTube full-time. I'm trying, Chris. That's my absolute dream and ambition. If I have more streams like this, I'll be able to. You guys are incredible. Derek asks, how do you think the table will look after Fulham, West Brom, Swansea v Leeds and Derby v Brentford at the weekend? We will have a look at that. I'm going to be in no fit state after this to do the championship review. So I'm afraid we might do the championship review. Let me know what you think in the comments. I can do it live around lunchtime tomorrow. I don't know whether that will draw viewers or not, or I can do it as a pre-record for you guys in the morning, and then we'll do the preview around, 4 o'clock or something of that nature, because the kickoff's at 5 again tomorrow. Let me know what you want there. You can tweet me that at Benjamin Bloom. And if you follow me, my DMs are open as well. Garcelle is in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, does that say? Good night, guys. Having a good sleep after watching that performance. Chris says, Chris and I are having a funny back and forth here. Chris thinks I'm doubting Brentford. I'm absolutely not. Let me just make my position very clear. Brentford are brilliant. Benrahma is brilliant. Watkins is brilliant. And Buemo's brilliant. I love the recruitment. I love everything. They're on fantastic form. They're just too far back. And it's going to take a mighty collapse now, considering we're 4 games from the end, to make up that 6 points, isn't it? It's going to take 2 straight game weeks of the top teams losing and Brentford winning. I'm not doubting you, Chris. I'm doubting the situation. And I have every admiration for what Brentford have done. Can I add Newcastle to the alumni class of 17? If you so desire, Generation TSR80. Jeff is back in Cardiff in the playoffs. Sarvasha says a lot of people are calling back to this first Stoke versus Leeds game. It does feel like a bit of a moment, doesn't it? That first one occurred, the first sign of Bielsa ball, and this close to the culmination of promotion. Now, S. Levitt says fair play to Costa and Bamford. They both outplayed Harrison today, didn't they? Who's had a really good season, I think, as well. Katie's in Lancashire. There we go. Katie, the Wigan fan. H. Huss is a Brit living in Sri Lanka. Lovely stuff here. Richard is in Thailand. Incredible. Salvasha, wow, 4:21 a.m. Please don't tell me you're working in the morning. Wow, this is incredible. Aaron is in Malta. Fans all over the world. Dearie me, sorry, I've just hit the wrong button again. I'm so sorry. Oh dear. I was at Aaron's comments there. Jim is in Dublin. There we go. Mally has retired to Cardiff. Very nice. Calvo has appeared. High on this 5-0 win as well. Mike, £1 equals 21 South African rand. Yes. Well, if you'll have me on your floor, I'll come and stay in South Africa. There we go. 12.20 in Cagliari. There. Leeds should get the EFL a card and a bunch of flowers for banning Casilla. God, this is getting gnarly now, isn't it? Mark, 42465. Thank you, sir, for a $2.99 super chat. We toast to that, and we'll toast to a great performance there. Jeff says, we love playing Leeds. Is that from a Cardiff fan, eh? Why so long to love Bielsa, Ben? We were fans after the first game. We said, Richard, I didn't see them. I saw them play Ipswich, and they won 2-0. Ipswich were terrible. And Hernandez and Ruth were injured. So I didn't get it. And I hadn't seen it in the flesh. And with Bielsa ball, you have to see it in the flesh. You have to see the speed of it. So this was December, wasn't it? This is December 2018 when I went to that Villa game. And it was just that I hadn't seen it unfold in the flesh. And I was just blown away in that Villa game. So that's why, because I didn't see it in the flesh. I know there'd been some big performances, particularly the one at Derby. I remember the 4-1 as well. Michael says, I wonder how Brentford are feeling now. Surely makes them nervous and cranks the pressure. They will drop points, you think. Well, and the thing for Brentford now is you start to worry about the playoffs, and you start to worry about being the team that wins 8, you know, it could be 7, 8, 9, 10 on the trot, and then has to go in the playoffs. And you know what the playoffs are like. They take no prisoners. Paul says, if we'd taken all our chances, could have been 10. I think 8 wouldn't be an exaggeration, but yeah, 10 if you want. Charles is retrospectively changing his prediction. No, we're not having that, Charles. I'm not playing a drinking game. It's the rules. I either give a round of applause or I take a drink whenever anyone does a super chat. Although Ken is trying to stitch me up here because he's already done one. So thank you so much, Ken. Cheers to you, sir, and thank you for your support. Fidan says, so close now. Please use the golden chance, Leeds. Greetings from Macedonia. Can someone do a map of this stream and all the people who are in? Kev says, am I actually drinking the wine? It doesn't seem to be going down. Yeah, look at my eyes. I'm drinking it. Yeah. Leeds to win on Sunday after West Brom and Brentford lose. Yeah, and then promotion is pretty much there. Dan Van Cleef, please DM me because you've been very, very generous. Thank you, sir. Right, there we go. That was a more substantial sip, wasn't it? Thank you, Dan. A £10 super chat there. Rob says, yeah, crack open that Malbec. Going to watch El Loco now. At least it's Friday. Keep up the good work. Cheers. Rob will drink to that super chat. Thank you, sir. Jake, how many points for Leeds to get promotion? If Brentford are perfect, Leeds need 7. If Brentford lose a game, essentially then Leeds need 4. Just deduct it from then on. It's all happening. Chris is behind it again. 1 loss and a draw. Ben, all it takes. Yeah, I agree with that. There's your 5 points gone. It could happen. Dan asks, am I a secret Leeds fan? No, I'm a football fan. You all know I'm an Ipswich fan. Look, there's the scarf there. Check out the new Ipswich shirt that's came out today, indeed. David is here, just arrived. Big year, great result. 5 down, 4 to go, 2 wins and a draw to guarantee. And not to upset Chris, the Brentford fan in the chat, but that's assuming Brentford are perfect as well. Andy says, come on, Leeds. Steaton White. Where's Steaton? Never come across it myself. Hopefully Derby will turn up and beat Brentford on Saturday. Remember, Derby now... Oh, no, Sibley's been overturned, hasn't it? So I'd assume Lawrence is probably back, isn't he? Eli's in Barnsley. There we go. Oh, so exotic. Jake, thank you, sir. I will drink to that, a super chat. Points for promotion, 7 is all Leeds need now, assuming Brentford is perfect. Hoping all these Bamford knockers can crawl back into the... Yeah, he was really good today, wasn't he? Mar says, over to you, Brentford. Andrew says, do Brentford go for it or rest players? They just got to keep winning, haven't they? Keep that momentum up, keep playing well and get into those playoffs. Thomas says, hello from Naples, southern Italy, indeed. Guys, this has been an amazing stream. Thank you so much for all the support. Danielle is, I can't read Italian. I assume it's 9:45 there. Gianni, if anyone can read Italian, help me out there. Nita Keithley. Over a decade of heartache, it's emotional, says Graham. It's all coming out for these Leeds fans. Mad Mark says, everyone trying to get me drunk. Get donating, guys. Hopefully they're not, Mark. Hopefully it's that they're just trying to support the channel and my work here. But yes, they're probably enjoying the side effects of me chugging Shiraz every time. Stephen is in West Yorkshire, says Andy. Is that you in the picture, Andy? He must be our most ripped fan there, unless there's a picture of just a ripped bloke that's not Andy. But not saying it is Andy. I'm sure it's you. Right. I think we are just about there, unless there's any more questions come in the chat. It was Leeds 5, Stoke City 0. The story of this game, Stoke keeping Leeds at bay until a crazy tackle by Tommy Smith. You can remember back that far. Look at that. What a volley. Allowed Matt Klitsch to pop one in. Remember, Tyler Roberts had missed that huge chance on 21 minutes. We thought it might go the way of the pair, but there is Stuart Dallas playing in Helder Costa, who's going to score there for 2-0 after Klitsch having popped that penalty in for 1-0. Liam Cooper there, what a finish that was, in off the post for 3. Pablo for 4, good players, make good shapes. I haven't got Pat Bamford's goal because it was so late and I had to come up here and start this stream. And there you have it, 42 games gone, top of the league with a 6-point gap. We'll look in more detail when we do the preview at the games coming forward. But Leeds need a maximum here of 7 points from games against Swansea away. I've got a ticket for that downstairs. Swansea away, would you believe? I was all set to go for that one, and I'd gamble on that being the promotion game, hey? Then Barnsley at home, Derby away could be the one, and then Lee Bowyer's Charlton at home. Will Leeds do Lee Bowyer a favour if they're already promoted by that point? Right, let's do shout outs. Graham says, all the best, lads. Have 5 on us. Mike says, cheers. David's not sure who won. We must mention there were 2 teams involved in this game, and Stoke are in all types of trouble down the bottom of the table. Anthony says, down in Cornwall, Bamford has been great since he was substituted at half-time against Fulham. Interesting. Am I going to watch El Loco? Possibly if I can watch it on delay, but not right now. I'm going to go home with the missus because I've been watching football for a couple of hours, although she probably won't appreciate me if I'm tipsy from all your super chats. Badger is from sunny Cleckheaton, West Yorkshire, but now lives in WA as Washington, isn't it? I think we've had this before. And Charles says, help the goal average. Thank you so much. If you are one of the near 200 people in this feed right now, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out no end. Thank you so much for all the super chats. If any of you want to go and subscribe, please do so on Patreon. Don't be worried if you're a Leeds fan and you think, oh, well, we're getting promoted, I won't watch your stuff next year. The plan is afoot to do the Championship alumni shows as well, which will feature maybe Leeds, maybe West Brom, maybe Brentford, maybe Forest, Cardiff, Fulham, whoever gets up there. But so well worth subscribing and keeping subscribing. Right. Thank you for a brilliant chat to people all around the world. Hope you've enjoyed the analysis. See you tomorrow for the championship review of this game week and then the preview. And then we'll see if I've got any energy left to cover one of the games tomorrow night. I cannot even for the life of me fathom or remember who is playing tomorrow night without taking a look on Infogol. It is Huddersfield, Luton, Fulham, Cardiff tomorrow night. It never ends, does it? Absolutely never ends. David says, am I going to finish the wine? I'll take a classy sip. Now I'll go and finish the rest later. Down it, down it, down it. Wouldn't be pretty. Would not be pretty. Let's be having you. Yeah, that's how I'll turn out if I down the wine. There we go. Right. Thank you very much. Oh, for God's sake. Right, let's do it. Thank you very much for watching. That is the glass of wine down. Lovely job. And I will see you all tomorrow. What has this turned into? Thanks for watching. Over.